Hey guys, in this video I'm going to share with you my secret tips and strategies of how I was able to sub 8 minute 2.4. I'm going to show you guys my exact plan and how you guys can adapt it accordingly to fit yourself. 2.4k is considered a long distance event and training for it is very similar of how we would train for a 5 or 10k. Alright, so let's start building our training week. First thing I will include in the training week would be our long run. You need the long run because there are different adaptations from running one long run versus 2 or 3 shorter runs. And how far to run really depends on you and your running experience. And if your goal is 2.4 km, it makes sense for your long run to be much longer than 2.4k. If you never ran before, I think 5k is a safe place to start. Personally, I don't think that 5k is a long run at all. My long runs are at least 16 km now. And even though you will get more out of running longer distance, but since running is the most injury prone sport, I think if you're a beginner, it's better to start on the safe side. Alright, next it's time to add some intervals to our week. Typically for long distance events, we would train our VO2 max and lactic threshold once every week. If you don't know what they stand for, you can watch my video about the workouts you need to run faster. Basically, you can't just be doing intervals randomly. You want to be running at a specific pace to gain the most benefit. So I like to put my VO2 intervals on a Tuesday and my lactic threshold intervals on a Thursday. Typically, a VO2 max interval will range from 400 meters to 1.2 kilometers for about 3 to 6 sets with a 1-to-1 work-rest ratio. A typical lactic threshold session could be from 1.6 kilometers to 2.4 kilometers or sometimes even more, and with a total duration of about 20 to 30 minutes with a 1 minute to 90 second recovery. So now we got 3 key run sessions of the week, and if you're gonna add more runs, it should be easy runs at a conversational pace. Those runs have to be easy because you don't want to be fatigued for the 3 key run workouts. Alright, now it's time to add your strength and mobility training. And these are super important because that helps you get a better running economy. So what I do is to put my strength session before my VO2 run on Tuesday, and that way I also get to activate my muscles before I run. As runners, a very crucial workout for us is squats, and bodyweight squats isn't gonna cut it. We should ideally be increasing our load and decreasing our repetitions to develop more leg power. I also have another video about the exact workouts I do during my strength session, so after this video you guys can check it out. It's more or less covering all the muscles you need for running, from the core, glutes, calf, ankles, and even some upper body exercises. Also, another important thing that you should do, especially for beginner runners, is to improve your running form. I'll put a link to that video in the description below as well. Improving your running form is a long process and it can always be improved. But one of the first things you should look out for is overstriding, which means your foot is landing too far in front of your body, often contacting the ground with your heel first. Because that's how a lot of knee problems happen, and I don't think you want that too, right? Another way of improving running form is by doing drills. I haven't made a video about this yet, but you want to do stuff like high knees, butt kicks, shuffle steps, skipping, bounding, and karaoke just once a week. I'll usually do this before my lactic threshold run on Thursday. They don't have to take very much time, like at most 5 minutes. While doing these drills, you want to focus on quick and controlled movements. Alright, now let's talk about the tapering and execution. So during the week of your 2.4 km, we should still be doing our intervals because fitness improves with fatigue, but we should be halving our sets we do during the taper week. For example, if we normally do 4 times 800 meters, we can either do 2 times 800 meters or 4 times 400 meters. And same goes for the lactic threshold set where you halve the set as well for the taper week. Okay, moving on to the day before the run, we should carb load but don't carb load that much. After all, the run is only 2.4 kilometers, not like 10k or 21k, so you really don't need to carb load too much the day before your run. Also, 2 hours before your run, you might want to eat a serving of nitrates because that helps boost performance. I'm sure you guys heard of beets and beet juice and how they can improve your time to exhaustion, but there are also other forms of nitrates and not just in beet juice. A lot of vegetables have a very high nitric content as well. The top table shows vegetables high in nitrates and the bottom table shows vegetables low in nitrates. And between 2 to 3 hours is the window where you want to take them, because if you take it too near the run, the nitrates may not even get to your bloodstream yet. Alright, the last thing and the most important thing which will help you get your 2.4 personal best is by smashing the like button, and also my free 2-month customized training plan for 2.4k. I did this myself on Google Sheets with my limited knowledge of Excel formulas. Basically, all you need to do is to enter a comfortable distance for your long run and also how many times a week you want to run. It only accepts 3, 4 or 5 times a week because you need at least those 3 key runs. And then how it works is by extrapolating your long run distance into your total weekly mileage and then dividing that distance over 3, 4 or 5 runs. For example, a comfortable long run distance for me will be 16 km, so you can see my mileage for the week is about 50-ish, and as you can see the next week it also builds up accordingly, and during the rest week it also falls by 60%. By the way, we need the rest days and rest weeks so that our body can absorb all the training that is done. And even even if you're not training for 2.4, you're training for 5, 10, 21k, you can still use this calculator to give you a guide for your weekly mileage too. And with that said, this is just a guide, especially if you have no idea where to start. So feel free to customize the training plan to suit your liking better. If you think this video may help someone who wants to train for 2.4, please share this video with them. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye guys!